I did finish Gunmetal Gods. This is book 1 of a series by Zamil Akhtar. His independently first published book, and guys, this was incredibly good. I cannot state how much I really enjoyed this. This was a breath of fresh air. I already messaged the author and told him, man, this was just what I was kind of looking for. Thank you so much. I can't even really think of anything to compare it to. Now, I know I said last week that I felt like it was giving me those same vibes as The Darkness That Comes Before by R. Scott Baker. I would say it's not really there. So I don't feel like it's as dense as a book like that is, or you've got to kind of like reread stuff to understand what's going on just because it's so thick. With this, you know what's going on, but it's kind of got that Eastern influence, and you're dealing with gods and things like that. And it's incredibly well written. And that's even before, the big eldritch beasts show up in this book. This is a story that I absolutely ate up because I like what he's doing in this with kind of the dual POVs. And there's on opposite sides. You got Kev on one side, and you got Mike, the metal, on the other. And what's really cool about this is at first I just thought, okay, well, you're just showing two different sides, of a warring nations. I can see that works out fine. The further it goes along, I can't think of a better way to describe this, it is very much the pinnacle of these are two characters whose destinies are intertwined. They have so many links between them, they have similarities, and there's things that are very much just like undeniable that like, yeah, you two were going to meet in the battlefield. It had to happen eventually. Your stories had to kind of coincide with one another because you have so many things that are connecting you. It's really well done. Unexpected as hell. Every time I thought I knew what was going on in their story, boom, out of left field, here's some crazy throw that makes me like, oh, I did not see that coming at all. So predictable, not one bit. Every time I thought I knew it was coming, he completely surprised me, and it's a good way. There's never a part like that. That don't make sense. I think the dialogue is really good. The way the story flows, it never, ever gets slow. I think there are parts where you'd be like, okay, well, all we're kind of doing is kind of talking during the aftermath stuff, then boom, something crazy happens. You're like, oh my God, the stakes just keep getting higher and higher. And the third act in this, guys, incredible. Like, I could not put it down. This would be like unfilmable. I wouldn't want to see a movie this made because it'd just be like a CGI crap fest because of just how epic in scope and scale it is. It's absolutely brilliant, and I cannot say how much I really enjoy this because I was starting to feel myself a little bit of I'm starting to get back into fantasy that's feeling a little repetitive. Not with this, guys. I can't think of another story that feels anything like this. From the Eastern influence to the things that he has actually happen in the book. It's just completely fresh and original. And I needed that. I needed that so much. This is a series, without a doubt, I will continue. And I want to thank, again, I already messaged Mr. Akhtar, told him how much I love the book, and again, thanked him for this wonderful special edition. And reading from this edition while doing this just made it just all that much more of an incredible experience. I loved this, guys. This was needed so much. This will definitely be in consideration for my favorite books at the end of the year. I like this a lot, and like I said, it's a world I will absolutely continue with. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I don't know why this isn't more popular. This should be way more popular on BookTube. This is one of those, like, I know sometimes it takes self-published indie releases a while to kind of get their footing or whatever. This is as good as any of those that have kind of blown up a little bit. I think that you will love this. Pick this up immediately. This is really rad. If you have an opportunity, I think you can still get these Kickstarter editions on his Kickstarter page. I don't know. I'll link that down below if I do find that. But I think you are able still to get this, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, but it's worth it. And it's worth it just to read this story because I think you'll find something that you do like there. Now, I want to say, all that said, it's very grim. It's very grim. If you can't handle things like bad things happening to women and children when there are territories and lands being conquered by warring nations, I think that that might bother you a little bit because it does never pump the brake on things like that. Personally, I don't mind that, but it is very grimdark. So I'm going to say it won't be for everyone, but if those things don't bother you, this is going to be a book I think that you completely devour. It's really awesome. And I'm so glad that I finally did read it. Can't wait to continue with that series.